to protect you from the disease in which it's protecting you from. That's the first thing. If it's not doing that, then in fact it is not, technically, it is not a vaccination. And since y'all refuse to read, I went on ahead and did it myself. Okay, this is something that I've been reading all my life. This is the Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary. I don't even know the year this thing came out. This thing's so old. And the reason why I'm saying I've been reading it all my life is because my mother, God rest her beautiful soul, copywritten in 1976. This was copywritten in 1976, this dictionary here. Okay? You people keep going on Google to find out information, and you need to be reading the books. You need to be reading the actual books, because you can change Google like you can change Wikipedia. So you can't be basing your information off of what can so easily be changed. Okay? You can change these facts like you change your drawers. Okay? And for some of y'all, even quicker than you change your drawers. Because some of you, according to these questions that the people are asking about how often do you bathe, some of you people is just running around here talking about you don't bathe that often. You wait till you feel icky. So I don't know how often you're changing your drawers. I don't know if you put on clean drawers on a dirty body or what. I don't know. Okay? So this is one book that I use. The other book is this one. Okay? This is the New Comprehensive International Dictionary of the English Language, Deluxe Edition. My mother has had this book, if I'm not mistaken. This used to be my grandmother's book. I have a whole wall full of books from my mother and my grandmother, passed down. This was, okay, copyright 1971. This book here. Well, wait a minute, 69. Oh, shit. Oh, 58. 1958. Okay, well, whatever. All right. This book right here. Let me help you, whore. Since you people don't want to read, I'll read for you. All right. All right. I'm reading here. Okay. Okay. It is to prevent. Okay. So initially the virus of cowpox, as prepared for or introduced by vaccination, usually limp, dried, or fluid, or part of the crust, any inoculable immunizing agent, a preparation containing bacteria so treated as to give immunity from specific diseases when injected into the subject. Immunity. You know what that means? Should we look that up too? Or do you know? Immunity means I'm safe from. See, the difference is that you people just refuse. I don't know why you're refusing this. You know, I find it so interesting that I find it so interesting that the very argument that you use is stupid as shit. It's silly. This is your argument. Well, I don't understand why you have a problem with this one. You got your smallpox and you got your mumps and your measles and your this, that, and the third. I don't understand what the problem is. Well, let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is this one don't work. That's the problem. It doesn't work. So what's the point? Anything that doesn't work, you're not going to use. Do I sound retarded? Anything that doesn't work, no one wants to use. Of anything. I don't want a broken car. I don't want a broken lamp. I don't want broke fingernails. I don't want broke people in my life. I don't want, when I go to the store, I don't want anything that says if this seal has been broken, if the seal has been broken, don't consume. Nobody wants anything that's broken because it doesn't work. So very easily, not a big deal. This is not a big deal, okay? It really isn't. You guys are trying to make it a big deal. Here's the final answer. The final answer is the shit don't work. You got more people dying with the jab, the vaccine, whatever word you want to use. You have more people, it's really gene therapy. You have more people dying with it than you do without. So that's why people are saying, no, thank you. It's not a big deal. This is not a political thing. This is not a Trump versus Trumpers versus Bideners. This is just a matter of choice and logic and going with the science. That's it. We don't have to argue. Ain't nobody trying to fight out in the streets and all this other kind of old shit. And for what? It doesn't work. I don't want your broke ass car. I don't want your broke ass light bulbs. I don't want your broke ass food. I don't want your broke ass mindset. I don't want your broke ass man. I want shit that's going to actually work. I want things that are going to actually be fixed. That's it. It's not a big deal. We don't have to fight or argue about it. Why are we fighting about it? I don't want to. That's it. I just don't want to. Okay? That's the end of that. Okay? We shouldn't have to keep going on over and over and over again. Okay? All right. Because over there in India, I don't know if you know, but over there in India, they're completely virus free. You should look it up. They're virus free. But over there in Israel, they got about 80%. I don't know what the exact number is, but it's large. It's like 80%. They're just dropping like flies. And they pretty much all got the shot. So you might be wondering why I'm no longer using code words. Well, I'm no longer using code words because I looked on on TikTok today, and it said your page has permanently been removed. Not suspended, ho. Permanently. You know, these people got some balls on them. The balls is huge. The balls are huge. They're gargantuan balls. So, permanently removed from TikTok for 2 videos. Where y'all saw the video, I didn't even mention Biden's name at all. So I'm trying to figure out what you permanently removed me for. Permanently? So the next thing I want to say to you, this is the other thing, is a lot of you probably do not know, but I've been saying it to you for years. Words matter, and words have meaning. So everyone is running around here because they trick you. See, that's what they do. They trick you. And so they say, oh, well, it's been FDA approved. Well, technically, it has not been thoroughly FDA approved. It has, in order for it to be thoroughly FDA approved, it has to say fully FDA approved. And the reason why it doesn't say fully FDA approved is because all the trials have not been done. So again, we don't have to argue. We're not arguing. Are we arguing? We're not arguing. We don't have to argue. But a lot of the problems that we're having is a lot of misinformation. There's a enormous amount of people who are extremely ignorant in this matter. And I can see very easily within the first, 60 seconds of a conversation with someone that you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And you are only repeating. And I find it so interesting. When everything was happening last year, people were saying, oh, you're just repeating the same Trump rhetoric. But what I tried to keep telling you was that they were associating conservatism and conservative views and conservative morals, which, by the way, 75%, if not 80% of the people in America have those views. Okay? So they were combining the conservative views with Trump, and then every time somebody said something about freedom, family, freedom of speech, less taxes, owning businesses, oh, you're such a Trumper. And it's like, no, honey, it has nothing to do. You could have, can't do it anymore, but you could have been a Democrat and had those same values. Can't do it anymore. But that was very easily, you could have done that. If you go outside and talk to any black person who's over the age of 35 years old and you ask them what their values are, and the reason why I have to say over 35 years old is because I don't know what's going on with this new generation. But anyone, I can pretty much put some money on anybody over 35. And you ask them and you say, what are your values? They'll say, well, family, I want to own my own business, I want education. I mean, those are conservative views. Has nothing to do with Trump. Nothing at all. Nothing. They tricked you. And like I've been saying to you for a long time, you got played. You got played. That's all. You just got played. Okay? So in order for something to be fully FDA approved, it has to say fully FDA approved. They know what they're doing. They're using choice words for a reason. Okay? They're using, oh, well, it's FDA approved. That's not fully FDA approved. Fully FDA approved is fully FDA approved. Okay? You need to know that. Okay? So, I didn't have time to do the statistics on this. You're more than welcome to do it on your own. Alcoholism, drug use, obesity are more contagious than this virus carrying stuff. That's guaranteed fact. You can do the research. It is more likely for you to become a drug addict, an alcoholic, an obese. I always say obese, if your parents are drug addicts, alcoholics, and obese. If it runs in your family, it is more likely, most likely, because it is in your genes and it is a part of the pathology. But I don't see nobody doing no real big hoopla over obesity, drugs, or alcoholism. As a matter of fact, the alcohol industry boomed during the lockdown. genetically disposed to obesity, which we know kills, to alcoholism, which we know kills not only the person, but usually other people as well. And drug use kills. We know this. But I don't see I don't see a big campaign, people on the television talking about that. I find it very interesting. I also find it very interesting that the person who is in charge of all of this is the same guy that told you that people with HIV and AIDS were lepers. Remember that? You remember when the AIDS thing came out and people were like, as a matter of fact, Eddie Murphy did I think it was in Delirious. He did a stand-up. I think it was Delirious. And he said, I like gay guys. He was talking about how gay men and women like to hang out. And he said, but that shit scares me because you might be out with the gay guy and be like, mwah, mwah, and come home with that AIDS on your lips. Do you remember that? He said it, I think it was in Delirious when he said that. He was joking. He wasn't trying to be funny. I mean, he was trying to be funny. He was joking. And that whole time, for many years, there were thousands upon thousands of people who died alone in some basement dungeon of a hospital or even in their own homes. They died alone because the fear was put into them by Fauci, was put into them that if you were anywhere near them, he even said if you were in the house with them. Do you remember this? And we're talking, 30 years ago? 35 years ago? And he's back at it again. Here we are again with this leprosy ideology bullshit. You had thousands of people dead, dying in a hospital, and they have you on a fucking cell phone watching your grandfather die, watching your grandmother die. Oh, no visitors. Oh, if your husband is a doctor, if your wife is a doctor, don't let him in the house. Got to sleep in the garage. All over again. And you know why this is allowed? Because you allow it. That's why it's allowed. Because you allow it. How is it possible that this same man has been able to run this program over and over again right in front of your face? We have research. Not only psychological research, we have physiological research, we have all kind of medical research that shows that being around people, being around loved ones, being around family helps people to heal. We have all kinds of research. And what is the first thing that they did? Separation. Divide and do what? Say it with me. Divide and what? First thing they did. Dividing white folk from black folk. Dividing white folk from Hispanic. Dividing blacks from Hispanic. Dividing Asians from blacks. Divide. Then you come up with this shit. Oh, we can't touch. Don't kiss. Don't be in the same area. Oh, you guys ate at the same restaurant? Oh, no, you can't. This is. And I told you before, If a man has ill intentions with a female, the first thing he does is isolate. Get you away from your mother, get you away from your father, get you away from your homegirls, get you away from your sister, get you away from your cousins, get you away from them, and just start pouring piss poor, crappy ass information into your mind, most of which has to do with lessening your self-esteem, making you feel unworthy, making you feel that they don't love you, making you feel like you can't trust them, making you feel like they don't have nothing good for you, making you feel like, oh, I'm the one that's going to protect you. No, just stay here with me. You don't need to go outside. You don't need to go anywhere. No, just stay here. Oh, there's nothing out there for you. You don't need to go out. No. Go outside for what? Here, I'll make sure that you eat. I'll give you an allowance. Make sure that you can shop. You can just shop right here online. Just stay in the house. Never get to see the light of day. 110% this country is in a bad fucking relationship. This is an abusive relationship. You get an allowance. You get told who you can spend it with because they've closed all the businesses. Businesses can't stay open. So I'm gonna tell you who you can spend it with. You don't go pick up your food. We'll have it delivered. Everybody in this country is a fucking agoraphobic all of a sudden. They shove down your throat what you can watch on TV, what you can listen to. They take my TikTok completely off so you can't even. This is an abusive relationship. We got to get the fuck up out of this abusive relationship because I don't like getting my ass whooped. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But I already, you know what I'm saying? My mouth does not allow me to be in an abusive relationship because I'll tell you to your face, you kiss my ass. We breaking about this bitch. They sit up here, they give you, a stipend for this, a stipend for how many children you have. I ain't seen one fucking stipend to go get some education, though. You ain't gave no kind of stipend for student loans, like you said. You ain't got no stipend for the people who constantly have continuously been paying their mortgages. Responsible people ain't got no fucking break. None. No break. You got little children crying and shit because they can't fucking breathe. This is literally the worst relationship that you can think of. That's the one we're in right now. You're in a relation. Let me put it to you as plainly as I can. You wasn't in that great of a relationship in the first place, right? Okay, so you were dating a dude. Y'all got married. So for the last 20 years or so, you've been in a relationship on and off or whatever. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it wasn't. You guys went to therapy. You went to couple therapy. And so it was kind of good sometimes. Sometimes it wasn't. Whatever. We had bad days. You had good days. Okay, fine. And then finally, he says, you know what? I'm going to divorce you. And you're like, okay, fine. It's not a big deal. But you have some scars. You have some wounds. And so you're a little bruised. So you get in another relationship with somebody and they could smell the victimhood on you. They could smell it. They could smell that you have been abused. They could sense that you have low self-esteem. They can tell that you're right on the verge of giving up. So they come in like a lion, seeking whom he shall devour. They come in with the smooth talking. you know what? You've suffered long enough. I won't allow it to happen to you anymore. You are a victim. And we cannot allow that. And that man who did that to you, your ex who did that to you, oh, he shouldn't have done it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take care of it all. You ain't got to worry about it. I just want you to stay here. You deserve to relax. You deserve to just not do anything. We're going to quit the jobs. We're going to quit everything. We're going to stop everything from happening. Because you need a break. You need a rest. And we're going to make sure that we go get these big bad people that were making you suffer. I'm going to take care of it. You deserve better. You matter. So he comes in, he's rubbing your hair and shit, holding you at night, dicking you down real good, paying your bills. You ain't got to work no more. You don't have to go to school no more. Don't worry about it, baby. I got you. Listen, I'm taking the kids out of school. I don't even want the kids in school no more. I want the kids, my family, in the house with me. I'm going to take care of everything. So then you said, well, okay. Look at me, Mom. He told me he's going to take care of, I quit my job. He told me he's going to take care of me and the kids. He's been paying the bills, everything. I don't even have to finish school because he said we're going to start a business of our own. And look at me, Mom. And your mom tells you, I don't know about that, baby. That don't sound right. Now, why he wants you to quit your job? I would think 2 incomes would be better than just one. You think that's smart for you to stop going to school after all these years of education and studying, and you finally decided what you wanted to do? And I sure enough don't want my grandbabies not going to school. I think that you ought to put those kids back in school. Oh, no, Mom. No, Mom, because I'm a homeschooler. And your mom said, well, you ain't too smart yourself. You think you're going to homeschool your children? Well, Mom, he's going to buy me all these books and some special books and special way to do it online and this and the other. And I think it's going to be good. And your mom says, well, baby, I support you and I love you. Then you call your homegirl, girl, I done found my sugar daddy, honey. He going to take care of my shit and this and that and the other. And your friend is like, what? You found him? Girl, you got to be kidding me. Do he have a brother? And then you like, well, girl, I heard that he don't have a brother, but he got a sister, and you know, you bisexual, maybe you should get with the sister. And you're like, oh, well, you know, I've been considering it, so maybe I should get with her. So then you go and get with the sister. So both y'all in the dungeon talking back and forth. Girl, did you get your bills paid? Yeah, girl, I got my bills paid. Did you get your little allowance? Because this time he gave me an extra $300 for my allowance this month. Girl, what about you? Yeah, girl, Kamala, she gave me a little extra $50. Oh, my God. Then here comes Saturday morning. Sunday morning, whatever day you choose to go to church. Oh, me and the kids, we about to go to church. Oh, no, you're not. Where you going? You going to the church? You going to church for what? Oh, well, baby, you know, I've always been taking the kids to church. I want to go. Oh, no, we don't go to church no more in this family. Well, why not, baby? I don't think that because we don't. I'm your God. Okay, baby. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and go to the grocery store. What do you need to go to the grocery store for? It's an app on your phone. You can just pick what you want. You don't need to go to the grocery store. Well, babe, you know, I wanted to go down to the makeup store and get, you know, I found some new blush that I'd like to try. No, you can just order that shit too. Oh, okay, babe. Well, me and my friends, we wanted to just, you know, it's my friend's birthday, and me and my girls, we always go out to this one restaurant, and we celebrate her birthday, and I just really, you know, I love being with my friend. Oh, no, I closed that restaurant down. Well, you closed it down? Well, baby, why you close the restaurant down? You don't need to eat that food. I don't even want you over there. I don't want you socializing with other people. Well, babe, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I was just wondering, if you'd like to come with me and with me and the kids. We're gonna go to my auntie's house. We always do Thanksgiving at my auntie's house. Nah, because it's a limit of only 3 or 4 people can go. So if we all go, it will pass the limit. No, we ain't going to your auntie's house for Thanksgiving. And as a matter of fact, I want y'all to drink this juice. You and the kids. Now, these ain't his kids, by the way. These are kids from a prior relationship that you had. I want you to drink this juice. Well, baby, what's in the juice? Don't worry about it. It's good for you. Well, baby, I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable taking a juice and giving a juice to my children that I don't know what. Drink the juice. Well, baby, I can't ask you a question. Drink the juice. I just want to ask. Drink the juice. Drink the juice. Drink the juice. Don't ask me no questions. Drink the juice. You in a bad relationship. You in a real bad fucking relationship. And now you're going to have to figure out some underground railroad way to get the fuck out of it. Because he done took your jobs, took your money, took your education, isolated you from your family and your friends, isolated you from any opportunities and abilities to try to get yourself together, has taken away all types of livelihood, and has dumbed you down by taking away any proper information coming to you. You're going to have to Tina Turner numb your horenge, kill your ass out of this shit. This is a bad situation. You're in a bad relationship. You are getting your ass completely whooped in this relationship. There's another Joe. There's another Joe that had a bad problem. Joe Jackson. You see how all them people turned out, didn't you? You had a bad situation going on here. Ugh. And let me tell you something else. Now it's gotten to the point he's got you where he wants you. He don't even come see you no more. He got a double padlock on the door and is gone for 3 and 4 days. And you and the kids is locked in the house with a double padlock on it. You can't get out and can't nobody get in. Did you see the analogy that the Lord just gave you here? Lord brought that to me. You're in a bad relationship. Y'all really gonna have to tunnel your way out of this shit. And hope that when you Shawshank Redemption tunnel out of that shit, you better hope that when you get on the other side, it ain't somebody with a fucking horse and a whip. Because Camilla ain't gonna come get you, bitch. She ain't coming. Camilla ain't coming to get you. And if Joe find you outside on your way to say what you nail, on your way to say what you nail, he gonna do something bad to you. I'm trying to help you, Hope. This situation could have really been avoided. But you're too busy wanting your bills paid. So, y'all do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to love. I can't tell you who to fall in love with. But every time you wake up with your mouth swollen, your lip hanging down like this, from a hard night of asking questions, every time you got to get your nose reset, because he done knocked your shit, he done backhanded you and done shifted your whole shit like this. Huh? In a minute, your eye gonna be swollen shut. And let me tell you something. I want to say something real quick here. For those of you who have been in abusive relationships, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I am in no way making fun. But this is how serious. This is how serious this situation is. So I'm not making fun at all. A lot of you don't know, but my mother was in an abusive relationship. That's why I know what I'm talking about. By the way, the reason why you didn't get a Petty Tuesday yesterday is because yesterday was 9 years that my mother died. She was murdered on September 21, 2012. So yesterday made 9 years, so I needed a little break. And I was busy as heck yesterday too, but needed a little break, a little time. But I did not know that I would have made 9 years when it happened. And so this is why I try to encourage people. I do therapy and counseling for people because I know how hard it is. I've been there. I was on the phone with my mother when she was murdered. And so it's a painful, scary situation to be put in. And so if I can make it, you can make it as well. And so I really believe that is a part of my purpose. I know what my purpose is, and I know that part of that purpose is to help to remind you. I am the reminder to remind you that you can do it and that you can make it. You will make it, but you must stay focused. You must stay determined. You must stay focused and you must stay determined. You cannot give up, and you have to know that grief comes in waves. It comes and it goes. It will come and it will go. When I watched Bobby Christina go through what she went through around a bunch of Bible-thumping assholes, in my personal opinion, I wanted to get a hold of her so badly so that I could talk to her and encourage her and give her some insights on how to deal with the grief and in the understanding of the grief. But, famous people like to keep themselves in a bubble. which is why you have a whole bunch of them. Lil Nas X on the airplane, no mask. They take their private jets to and from Cancun, wherever they want to go, no mask. They go to the Met Gala, no mask. They keep themselves in a bubble. And hey, I told y'all how I feel about the mask. But what's good for the goose doesn't seem to be good for the gander. And so that's a problem. That's a big, fat, humongous problem. And they want you to separate yourself from these elitists that think that they're better than you. Well, I have news. You ain't better than me, bitch. The only difference between me and you is you got a manager, a publicist, a PR person, and a couple, 2, 3 attorneys. When I get my manager, my publicist, my public relations, my assistant, my attorneys in line, I'm going to be famous too, bitch. It's all about space and opportunity. You ain't better than me. Especially when I go get my eyebrows plucked. What? Oh, what? You ain't telling me shit. So, I want you to keep hope alive. Oh, I sound like Jesse Jackson. I want you to keep alive your hope. I want you to keep alive your hope. And alive your faith. And know that the light inside of your heart is important. Do not let this stuff discourage you. Do not let this stuff discourage you. You can't. Okay? All right. Anybody know what's going on with Jesse Jackson? Last thing I heard, him and his wife was in the hospital. Did he get out? I'm gonna tell you this real quick, and then I'm go. Okay. How far back should I go? So, of course, everybody knows Jesse Jackson, right? And my mother had me to memorize. I used to memorize. Oh, he's getting out of rehab today. Oh, that's nice. My mother used to have me memorize poems and speeches and all kind of stuff, right? So one of the poems my mother had me memorize was I Am Somebody by Jesse Jackson. So I've met Jesse Jackson as a child, whoop-de-doo, whatever, right? I think most black families have met Jesse Jackson at some point, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal, right? Okay, so anyways. But a couple of years ago, before I was reading, a lot of things and coming to my understanding that I have now, I saw him in a restaurant. And I was with Danny at the time, and I saw him in a restaurant. And I was like, oh my God. He was sitting like 2 tables away from me. Oh my God, it's Jesse Jackson. So I went up to him, and I said, I don't think I said Reverend, because I'm real big on not calling people Reverend, because I know what the word Reverend means. But anyways, I probably said Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to meet you again, and thank you for all the work that you've done for the community, and blah blah blah. And I'm touching him on the shoulder. Oh yes, thank you so much, and I want you to come down to the community meeting at the such and such and such and such. He said, and I was like, oh, thank you so much for inviting me. Blah blah blah. I was so happy. The next year, after I did some reading, I saw him again. Because I live very close to where he lives, right? And so I saw him again. I ain't said shit. I ain't say shit to him. I ain't say one word. And then I saw him again this year, like a couple of months ago. Actually, like right before he went to the hospital. Probably like maybe 3-4 weeks before he went to the hospital. He was at my gym, the same gym I was at. I saw him and I was giving him the evil stink eye. I was doing like that. Oh man, I was saying mean things in my head, but I'm not gonna tell you what I was saying. But I was giving him the stink eye. So yeah, that's my very brief Jesse Jackson story. Yeah, a real great disappointment after you start reading. After you start reading and learning for yourself, some real serious disappointments. People with whom you held in great esteem. Not so great. Not so great at all. So, anyways, I want you guys to keep loving your heart. I want you to make sure that you are doing your meditation. Please make sure that you are, somebody said cover a book. Yeah. Please make sure you're doing your meditation. Please make sure you're doing your gratitude journals every day. You have to keep your, you must keep yourself guarded in light energy. Okay? It's really, really important. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So, you have to keep yourself guarded and don't allow so much negativity all the time. It's not good. And it becomes very heavy. Have you noticed that you're getting kind of like down, like kind of heavy? This is why I'm on this cleanse. Okay? Because I knew this shit was coming. And I was like, you ain't finna get me, ho. You won't get me. Huh? So be careful with the ingestion of too much alcohol. This is day 53 for me on this cleanse. Don't drink too much alcohol. Don't drink a lot of alcohol. Don't drink a lot of don't eat a lot of heavy foods. Eat light. Eat light. Okay? And just make sure that you're, keeping your mind as clear as you can. Okay? It's really, really important. Y'all see that workout video I was doing today? Woo-wee! I was in that motherfucker killing it. Okay, I gotta get ready for this interview. I have an interview coming up. I don't think it's an interview. I think it's like, so I'm gonna be on Newsmax. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Y'all thought I was joking. Y'all thought I was joking? I told you that they pissed me off. And I told you that it's on and cracking now. I'm going to have to run for office. I hope that everybody donated. If you didn't, can you please? If you have already, thank you very much. Because I am pissed. I'm pissed. And I will be the voice for the American families and the American people who have been shunned and pushed around and pissed on by this foolishness. Okay? All right. So I have to go change my shirt, put on a different shirt, put on a little makeup, even though I got some good skin. You see this skin, bitch? You see this skin, huh? Looking good. Feeling great. All right? It's on and cracking. I told you I ain't stopping. Okay? All right. I think I'm on at 8:30 Eastern time. I think it's live. So, but I'm gonna put something on. I'm gonna put it in my stories. I'm gonna put the announcement in my stories. We're going ham. Okay? Freedom is the goal. I love you very much. Australia. Hi. I love you very much. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned. If you haven't ordered my book, order it because you need it. Okay? You're not ordering it for me. I already read it. I wrote it. You're ordering it for yourself. You need it. Trust me. Everybody who's read the book is giving me rave reviews. My sister told me yesterday, a couple days ago, she told me, she's 8 years older than me. She said to me, "Oh, I was talking to my friend Sharon, telling her how brilliant your book is." I almost started crying. I was like, my sister thinks my book is brilliant. That is amazing. That's freaking amazing. So I always aim to please, and just super happy about that. That really made me smile. So anyways, I love you guys. Be good. Talk to you later.